What's going on, everybody? It's Cade here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 ARs to run in Call of Duty Warzone. Now, before we get started, I would just like to say if any of these setups help you out in any way, make sure to like and subscribe. It would really help me out a lot, really boost my confidence. It's just what I need nowadays. It's what I'm looking for. So anyways, let's get into it. So coming in at number 5, I got the FAL right here. Now, this is a setup I just whipped up, but I think it's something I've seen a lot and I've used, and it's, everyone's been just they've just been all over the FAL since this last patch. So first, I got the monolithic suppressor with the 13 OSW power barrel, the 5 milliwatt laser, no stock, and commando grip here. Now this is like the SMG version of the FAL, which is why you'd want to pair it with a sniper here. Everyone has probably heard that already. The FAL is best up close. You get like thousands of hit markers if you shoot it like at long range. It just doesn't compete with other ARs or snipers for that matter if you're trying to shoot long. And now coming in at number 4 is something that I had kind of come up with on my own right before the patch. Is the SCAR here. So this is really good. If you haven't seen my SCAR meta video, you should go check that out. I'll put that in the description below. But anyways, here's the setup. This is I was really studying this SCAR for a while, and I think this is one of the best setups I can come up with. So you're gonna want this Forge Tac 20 barrel right here. This is the longest barrel. There's a couple things that make this setup here, and it's the Forge barrel and this Obelisk Pro right here is what really make this SCAR. Some of these other things can be swapped out, like the 30 round. If you're comfortable with 20, I just feel more comfortable with 30. The recoil is a bit iffy sometimes, and it's hard to hit shots because of how fast the fire rate is. But anyways, this is the setup I run for that. But this thing does kind of laser at far ranges if you can control the recoil, especially with this barrel and the Obelisk Pro stock. So at number 3 here, I know it's been nerfed. I still think it's pretty up there though. A lot of people still use it. I still get lasered by this thing even though it's been nerfed. This has been my setup. This has always been my setup for the GRAIL. I think this is one of the best. A lot of people will swap out the arc angle for the Nexus, which is... I used to do that actually for a while. It's perfectly fine by me. Some people also like to run no stock on it. I think honestly the GRAIL overall is still really good. As long as you got the monolithic and like the 60 round mag and one of these two barrels, you can pretty much run anything else you want on it and it'll still be pretty good. So number 2 is something that might be a little bit surprising to some people, and it's actually the RAM 7. And this is surprising to me because I haven't used much of the RAM. I just know this is the best setup for it. The RAM surprisingly actually has the fastest time to kill out of all ARs. 100 milliseconds faster than the GRAIL actually, which is kind of insane with this setup. If you use anything else, it's kind of going to fall off. And it doesn't have the best range for the ARs. You're going to want to pair it with a sniper, which is what I have here. We got the monolithic, the FSS Ranger barrel, the TAC laser, commando foregrip, and the 50 round mag. The 50 round mag is kind of key, just because 30 isn't enough, and when you're running it with a sniper, you're going to want as much as you can get. So finally coming in at number 1 here, this is my personal class. It's not down below here. There's not a number 1 spot because I just didn't move it out of my class slot. And it's going to be this M13 class right here. I don't know, by far all the ARs I've used, this is just the one I'm most comfortable with. This is the best. I'm just most familiar with it. It just seems to fit just perfect. It just lasers, and it's insane. Starting off, we got the monolithic, the Tempest Marksman. This is something that makes this gun. This is something that completes this setup right here. You need to have the Marksman barrel on it. Anything else is kind of give or take. The VLK optic right here. And now one thing that I want to say about the VLK optic is if you're gonna use this optic, this is reticule I would recommend you use out of any other. It's just the most clean cut, 2 lines, little cross. That's about it. There's nothing else to it. Nothing blocking your vision. That is by far the best reticule to use for that sight. And then we got the commando foregrip and these blackout rounds. Now I know what you're thinking. Why am I not using the 60 round mag? And I'm going to be honest with you. I did use the 60 round mag for the longest time until me and my friend were kind of talking about it and experimenting with the M13. And these blackout rounds with the damage range just really help complete this setup. And I think this is something, this plus the marksman barrel and the monolithic are the three things that I would say complete this setup. The other things you could probably try the merc if you would like to, and any other sight. Basically, you're gonna want a sight on this, something just to enhance your vision at range. But anyways, that's what makes that setup right there, that class setup. The secondary, I would almost always run this MP5 right here. Now this MP5 I've made for close range and close range only. You can hit medium range, but it's something that you're gonna want inside buildings, which I think downtown circles are very popular for the game for some reason. So if you're heading downtown, you're gonna want this sweeping through buildings. This MP5 right here. So you got the monolithic. The monolithic is just an overall. If you ever put a muzzle on, just put the monolithic on. You're never gonna go wrong. And then we got the 5 milliwatt laser. This is just to helping with close range encounters. Have that laser up all the time, hip fire and sprint at fire speed. Merc foregrip for extra hip fire accuracy and recoil control. You got the 45 round mag because if you're using the 10 millimeter, just uninstall the game, please. And then sleight of hand is something you're gonna want to. This, you don't know how many times this has come in clutch for me. Huge, especially in close quarters battles in a game like Warzone where reload time is almost everything because of the armor and all that. So I think this is just these two weapons together with these setups on the guns, you can't go wrong. And obviously you got these perks, C4, Heartbeat. If you're not using the C4 or Heartbeat, I don't know what you're doing in Warzone. So anyways, those are my top 5 AR class setups for Warzone. Use any of those, you're going to be, using good weapons throughout the whole game. If you get your loadouts and mix and match those weapons, you'll be pretty set. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. If any of these tips helped you out, any of these class setups helped you out, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Make sure to check out my socials in the description below, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.